5 things I expect as a woman over 50 when a man takes me out. Number 1, you take me out, you ask me out, you pick me up. I'm not coming to you, you're coming to my door, you're knocking on my door. Number 2, you're paying. I am worth it. I can afford myself. If I wanted to go out by myself, I could afford it. If you're taking me out, you're paying the bill. There's no splitting the bill.
I was so excited when I got the email today from the matchmaker saying my first match was in. Obviously, the first thing I did was look at pictures. That's what we're all gonna do. The pics were not great. He definitely said he likes to be active and fit, and I was like, your pictures do not reflect that.
Rob, 23. Swipe left if you're an angry feminist.
Gladly.
Jimmy, 29. Proud alpha male. Don't talk to me unless your body count is less than 3.
Goodbye.
Tim, 23. Looking for a sexy little lady to help me get over my ex. No fat chicks.
You look like the crypt keeper.
Neil, 30. I'm on here to find my wife. I'm ready to give you all the love you've ever wanted.
That's fast.
Seeking a traditional conservative woman.
Out the window.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again, and on today's episode we have a video here from Hadan the Mummy titled "Here Are My Non-Negotiables. Women over 30 find the hard way that they are not entitled to a man." So this first clip that we're going to be taking a look at here today is actually a lot worse than you might think, because, you know, it's bad enough if you have a woman over 30 and she's still out there dating, trying to find her Prince Charming, and she has her set of unrealistic standards. But oh no, it's actually worse than that, because this is a woman, at least the starting clip is, we're going to be covering some more. This is a woman who is over 50, and here are some of the things that she expects from men. Okay, so again, just before we jump into the video here, this woman has an incredible amount of facial surgery done. She's 50 plus years of age. She goes on to reveal to us that she is a single mother of 4. The whole thing's just a complete clown show, okay? So guys, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments, and let's take a listen to what some of these women have to say.
5 things I expect as a woman over 50 when a man takes me out. Number 1, you take me out, you ask me out, you pick me up. I'm not coming to you, you're coming to my door, you're knocking on my door. Number 2, you're paying. I am worth it. I can afford myself. If I wanted to go out by myself, I could afford it. If you're taking me out, you're paying the bill. There's no splitting the bill. No.
Okay, so what do we demand? We demand that men are traditional. We want a guy to pick us up on the date. We want a man to pay for the date, even though we are strong and independent. I have said this every single time, guys, but notice how we are strong and independent, but we require men to pay for things. Okay, so what you'll notice is that these demands that these women have when they're out here dating, they all require a man to be traditional. And guys, you know, I'm not against traditional behavior, traditional dating, okay? I think a lot of men are not against traditional behavior, traditional dating. But why does a woman deserve traditional behavior from a man if she is not traditional herself? Okay, women posting to TikTok in itself is not traditional, but let alone that fact, we have here a woman who is 50 plus years of age, still dating, and expects men to do the traditional roles in the relationship. But it gets worse. Let's keep going.
Number 3, I don't give a shit if your mama, your wife, your whatever, if that's your own business. Keep it out of my business. If I'm going out with you, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about how bad someone is to you. I don't give a shit. And number 4, you stay out of my business and we'll be just fine.
Okay, so number 3 and number 4, guys, you're not allowed to talk about yourself, and you're not allowed to talk about yourself, and you're not allowed to ask her questions either. Basically, what you're there to do is you have to pay for everything, shut up, and then that's the end of that. Okay? Absolutely hilarious how a woman gets to this age. It's actually pretty self-fulfilling when you think about it, that a woman gets to this age, 50 plus, and she's still single. When you see a video like this, you're like, well, I can see why she's single. Okay, we have, what is this? Plastic surgery. We have makeup. We have probably a filter on top of it. We are a single mother to 4 different children, which she goes on to say. Okay? and we are expecting traditional behavior from men.
I'm grown. I spit 4 children out of my stomach. They were cut out, raised them to adulthood. I can handle myself and you.
Is any of you gentlemen wearing his shining armor today? Because you could be this woman's Prince Charming. And basically what you have to do is be an Uber driver. You go to her place, you pay the gas to take this woman's fat ass anywhere you're going. Then you do some charity walk where you pay for the food of some stranger you don't even know. You don't get to talk about yourself. You don't get to ask her anything. Just pay for the gas, pay for the food, take her back, and go home. All right. Now, and this for a single mother of 4 over 50. Now, I know this deal sounds attractive to a lot of you guys, but here's another one. Hear me out. I've got another thing. What if this woman comes to our homes and makes us a sandwich? I like it with mayonnaise. And then she does the dishes, and then she closes the door behind her when she leaves. How's that for a plan? Take a look at how physically unpleasant this woman is. And I'm not even talking about the lips that resemble a baboon's a-hole. I'm talking about the look of pure entitlement and arrogance and narcissism in her eyes. Alright, now some may try to lie to you and tell you that this is a look of assertiveness and decisiveness. It's not. It's just the look of a female dog you don't want to touch with a 6-foot pole.
Consider how ridiculous it is, guys. I've said this before on the channel, that one of the best ways, I swear to you, if you guys are, you're out of money, you're looking for a business idea, one of the best ways to make money is just to lie to women on the internet. You have TikTok dating coaches for women. You now have matchmakers for women who go on here and tell them that, don't worry, your Prince Charming is just around the corner. Here are like the things that you need to do. Okay, but the reason why these women are single is because, number one, they're horrible to be around, and number two, they have unrealistic standards, which we're about to find out from this woman right here. Every single one of these women that get to this age, and they are still single for a reason. There is a very good reason why they don't have a husband. There's a very good reason why they don't have a long-term partner. So let's find out why this woman here doesn't have a long-term partner.
My first match. I was so excited when I got the email today from the matchmaker saying my first match was in. Obviously, the first thing I did was look at pictures. That's what we're all gonna do. The pics were not great. Sometimes guys can just have bad pictures. So I was like, let me read through his profile just to see, because the matchmaker texted me and really felt good about this match.
Right, so right off the bat, guys, this is not going to proceed anywhere because she doesn't view him as attractive enough right off the bat. I find this also very ironic, considering that a lot of these women who have these standards, oh, this guy has to be this tall, he has to look this good, all of this sort of nonsense, right? They sit here, and when they make their videos, they're putting on pounds of makeup, or they're doing insanely long skincare routines and things like this. So we're talking about how we want a man to look, but meanwhile, we have to cover ourselves, in makeup every day and do skincare, ridiculous amounts of skincare because of the chemicals that we're putting on our face to present ourselves differently to the world. It's just kind of crazy how this works, where we expect men to be very attractive and to be honest and all of this stuff, right? But we can't even be honest about our appearances. I mean, guys, take a look at the woman from the last video, right? Like the clip that we just covered. She's sitting here. Let me see if I can wind this back. I mean, look at this. And these are the women who expect that a man looks a particular way. Like, nothing about this woman in this video is real, and this woman's preparing herself to look not look real either. Hilarious. I was
optimistic. Reading through the profile, we definitely had a lot in common. He was also an entrepreneur. Oh, this won't come out. He definitely said he likes to be active and fit, and I was like, your pictures do not reflect that. And there was another part of his profile that really stuck out, which he does own multiple businesses, and one of them, without outing him, is that he works with animals. They don't give you specific information like last name or anything like that, but given all the information they had given me, I was easily able to find him on Google, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, like within 1 minute.
Am I the only one who finds this incredibly creepy and disturbing, that you have women like this who will just dig up absolutely everything they can find out about you online. Like, there used to be a time, guys, when private lives were private, you know? Like, when we didn't get on the internet and we didn't talk all about, like, our families and all of this stuff, right? There used to be a time when people would actually keep their private lives private, right? But now, because everything is digitized, you have absolute psychopaths like this woman right here, who just will look up, if this woman is romantically interested in you in any capacity, she is going to cyber stalk every piece of information that is available about you on the internet. I don't know about you guys, but I find that very creepy. But of course, you know, when a woman does this, oh, she's just vetting. It's totally acceptable. If a man does this sort of stuff, he's instantly labeled a creep. I mean, I personally find it creepy no matter which way you slice it. But, you know, just very insane behavior.
Find him on Google, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, like within 1 minute. For the business that he has where he works with animals, there are a lot of reviews from people that said he's abusive to the animals. So that was obviously a giant red flag. Read a lot of the responses he was giving to people that were leaving these bad reviews. And there was one that said he thought the pandemic was a fraud and he was an anti-vaxxer. Pump the brakes. Something about me, I believe in science. I believe in being vaccinated. So I wrote to the matchmaker.
Yes, guys, she believes in the current thing, right? Whatever the current thing is, she believes in it. What I want you to do as we continue with the video is just think about all the things that are not up to her level. So this guy goes to the gym, but he's not fit enough. This guy is attractive, but not attractive enough. This guy owns multiple businesses, so he is a sort of a millionaire, but he's not rich enough. Right? This man is not attractive enough, even though she has to put like 50 things on her face for it not to fall off. All right, just pick these things along as we continue, guys.
One more thing to add to what Hadan just said there as well is that women like this, you know, we're talking about a successful man, a man who owns multiple businesses, okay? And honestly, guys, women like this are lucky to have men who own successful businesses. Okay, the odds of a guy being a successful business owner are incredibly low, but you have women like this who they just feel so incredibly entitled to a guy, right? He has to be attractive, he has to be a business owner, he has to align with her politically, he has to do all of these things, and then if he doesn't do one of these things, then he's not the one for her, right? These are the same people that try and convince you that, you know, everything is about love and you don't want to be superficial, but they are literally the most superficial individuals when they're assessing people who they're going to have relationships with, okay? And one other thing to highlight about this is that this woman said she's an entrepreneur. I'm so skeptical when you have people online say, like, verbally say out loud that I am an entrepreneur. Okay, because I always just think of, you know, some woman with a 300 follower Instagram page that sells fake lashes from AliExpress. That's what I think of, right? A lot of these women, they claim to be business owners who are like successful and things like this, and they're looking for a rich man. But of course, number one, you find out that their business is completely and utterly dying and suffering, and they work some like casual job, right? And number two, they expect the man to provide for them anyway. It's like, don't give me this whole strong and independent, I'm an entrepreneur spiel. I never buy it, never believe it.
And said, okay, these things should have all been vetted. Number one, someone that's being accused of abusing animals is not my man. And also, my man is going to be, at minimum, double boosted. In my stalking of him on the internet, I found a video of him speaking negatively about women, another red flag.
Yeah, guys, because Lord forbid you criticize women in any capacity or do not have the same political beliefs as this woman right here. And it's always funny when you have people on the internet, they're like, well, I don't want to talk to this man because he was accused of something, right? What happened until innocent until proven guilty? That's the thing that I love about current day society is like, if you accuse a man of something, well then, oh, it must be true. And everybody should just not talk to that man because what's being said about that man is obviously true. honestly, these women who leave like false accusations and lie about men, they should face the same penalty as whatever it is that they're lying about or that they're proposing if it is found out that that is not true. But you have so many women, guys. This is why it's so dangerous to talk to a lot of these women, because all it takes is one accusation and then your life is ruined. You know, then you lose your job. Okay, people don't want to talk to you anymore, this sort of stuff. This is why, guys, like I have a policy at the gym, for example, that I don't talk to women at the gym. I make no effort. I've said this on videos before. I don't care how wrong your form is if you're doing an exercise in front of me. I don't care if it looks like you want to be spoken to. I do not talk to women at the gym. Okay, and there's a very good reason for this, is because it's so easy to be labeled as that guy who's a creep, or be labeled as that guy who whatever, and then all of a sudden your social life is in tatters because some woman made an accusation about you. It's absolutely insane. So let's jump back into the video. I'm going to wind it back a couple of seconds.
Double boosted. In my stalking of him on the internet, I found a video of him speaking negatively about women.
Oh, boo-hoo. Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
Have you guys noticed that some of my videos have gone missing over here on YouTube? That is because I am slowly moving them over to locals where I can actually host them without the risk of getting in trouble. If you are not aware, many creators are starting to move over to places like locals, Rumble, etc. because YouTube is not really a free speech platform. So if you are interested in supporting the channel and getting access to videos that are no longer available here, make sure that you come and join us over on locals. The link will be in the video description down below. Supporters get access to their own exclusive videos that are no longer available to the public. So make sure you go to the link in the description and join us over there now. But anyway, guys, back to today's episode.
Another red flag.
Isn't that crazy, guys? If you criticize women in any way, then you can't be dated. That is absolutely hilarious. And I want to make one more point before we continue this, okay? All of this stuff that she's talking about, oh, he got accused of this, and, you know, he's not attractive, like the other things that follow being attractive, right? If you're attractive enough, none of this matters. You don't have to have her political beliefs. You don't. It doesn't matter what you're accused of. Okay, if you're a man and you're attractive enough, women don't care about your personality. They don't care about how funny you are. They don't care about your political alignment. They don't care about They don't care about your financial situation. If you're attractive enough, a woman will go out and have fun with you. All of these rules and here are all the things that men have to do and all of this nonsense, all of her criteria, all of this only applies to men who are not physically attractive. That's all that this is. So a man has to, you know, do all of this nonsense for her, believe in her, align with her politically and absolutely everything. All of this goes out the window if the man's attractive enough.
Now that's definitely a red flag. When you criticize women for the things they do bad, guys, when are you going to learn that women are allowed to do anything? Everything flies with women, all right? You're not allowed to criticize them. I criticize them, and look where it's taken me. Going insane, right? I'm such a bad person for doing it, honestly.
Dressed really sloppy, which for someone that is a self-proclaimed self-made millionaire, which he put all over the internet, I was like, why are you dressing so sloppy and not putting yourself together? A lot of red flags. Mainly the fact that he abuses animals and he's an anti-vaxxer. Like, those are definitely like no-go. Also, his responses to some of the reviews that were left online were very unprofessional and tactless.
So the TikTok ends right here. Now I've watched another part of this, and she also mentions that this guy is not LGBTIQ friendly. Now here is the impossible thing that these women can get over. They want a man who politically agrees with them, but it just so happens that the men who politically agree with these feminists are not the type of men they will ever feel attracted to. So what they want is essentially impossible. It's physically impossible to have a man who both agrees politically with her and doesn't have pink hair and has an ounce of masculinity, right?
That's one of the most hilarious parts about these videos, actually, right? And about this whole situation in general, is you have these women complaining, you know, oh, I want a guy who does this, and I want a man who believes this and that. But all of the guys who believe in the things that they want men to believe in are, by definition, weak men. They lack masculinity. Guys, it is a struggle to find a man who aligns with these women politically and has ever lifted a dumbbell in his entire life. It is very hard to find that. And you can sit here and you might go, oh, well, guy, you know, don't worry, Taylor, these women, they love you even if you don't have muscles and things like this, right? I can't even keep a straight face when I say this. They just care about your personality, right? Absolute nonsense, okay? It's very funny because we want a man who is all about the current thing and feeling empathy about this, and he has to follow your political beliefs. But you know what? Your political beliefs don't lead him into the gym. They don't lead him to being a respectable individual. Your political beliefs lead people into believing that they are a victim of their circumstance and there's nothing that they can do because everything is against them. So, you know, have fun with that particular set of men. And the funny thing is, guys, you will see women actually date dudes of this particular political persuasion, and it never works out. Right? I've even seen women, you know, point in cases, Destiny, the leftist political streamer / YouTuber, right? This is a guy who follows these particular ideologies, and his wife divorced him, and during the whole period of their relationship, he was in an open relationship with his wife anyway. You're not going to find masculine dudes who believe in the things that these women believe in. It's an oxymoron.
But now, guys, I know that one feminist is not enough for a video, so here I bring you another one to close it off with a delicious feminist.
Rob, 23. Swipe left if you're an angry feminist.
Gladly.
Jimmy, 29. Proud alpha male. Don't talk to me unless your body count is less than 3.
Goodbye.
Tim, 23. Looking for a sexy little lady to help me get over my ex. No fat chicks.
You look like the Crypt Keeper.
Neil, 30. I'm on here to find my wife. I'm ready to give you all the love you've ever wanted.
That's fast.
Seeking a traditional conservative woman.
Out the window.
Dom, 32. My requirements. Must be available at all times, make at least $70K a year, and have an apartment where I can crash most nights.
For free? Get out of here.
Tristan.
Now, you know this is cap because no man ever cares about what a woman makes and has said the words, I want a woman who makes at least X amount of money. Or there may be one, all right? On this planet right now, there is this one guy who cares about that. But for the rest of us, it doesn't apply. And I love how every time a man demands anything out of her, just anything, don't be fat, don't be overweight, right? And because this woman is a cow and a land whale, she swipes right. The other guy wanted a woman with a body count of less than 3, and because she's the equivalent of a public toilet and has dropped more boxes than Mike Tyson, she swipes right again. This other guy wanted a traditional wife, and of course, she's a feminist, so we can't have that, right? It's just, guys, the moral of the story is, can you please stop with your preferences, right? And with your personal opinions and all that. Can you just be docile little puppies that take any woman, you know, without any sort of demands or anything? When will you learn, guys?
You can tell that these profiles are not real profiles that she's talking about here, because men don't write crap like this for the most part on their dating profiles. They really don't. No guy, like Hadan says, is sitting here saying that a woman has to earn a particular amount of money. This is what women do to men. Men don't sit here and make dating profiles saying, hey, listen, if you don't earn 6 figures, we're not going to date you, because men do not care about how much money is in your bank account. What men will do, here's what men will do. Men will make their dating profile, okay, and they won't list any of this nonsense, but what's going to happen is that if you're a woman who's undesirable, the man is going to have his fun with you, and then he's going to stop talking to you. This is why so many of these women get on these dating applications and they cry and complain that dudes just ghost them, they have their fun and then leave, is because men put you into the for fun box only. Why? Because you're a womanist. You're not wife material, you're not girlfriend material. This woman doesn't even care about her body, by the way, right? But she's not wife material, she's not girlfriend material, but we get upset when men don't actually treat us like a wife or a girlfriend. I've always said this, guys, but, you know, men will categorize you based on your behaviors. They won't necessarily sit here and go, well, here are the demands that I have. And the reason why men don't do this is because they're shamed for it, by the way. Anytime a dude has any sort of standard and he says it or he lists it somewhere or whatever, he will be absolutely and utterly shamed by society. So dudes don't list these sorts of things. What happens is men will remain quiet on them. They'll have their fun with you, and then they'll just decide to leave you or not take you seriously. And, you know, don't say we didn't warn you about this, but every dude that tries to warn women about this, by the way, just gets shamed for it. So they kind of get what they deserve in this capacity.
29. Must be blonde or brunette, medium-sized boobs, small waist, big butt, work out at least 6 times a week.
Do these men even like women?
Mitchell, 27. Looking for a girl to slowly replace all my friends. The more controlling, the better.
My sweet boy, you need to go to therapy.
Garrett replied to your photo. Is this you at Pride?
Yeah, from last summer. Have you ever been?
Nah, I don't fuck with that gay shit.
Then you don't fuck with me. Goodbye, Garrett.
Dan replied to your prompt. If you're looking for a water sign, I'm a Scorpio. I love astrology.
I'm a Cancer. Match made in heaven. Would you want to grab dinner sometime this... Wait a minute. Dan Howard. Mr. Howard, my kindergarten teacher. Goodbye. I'm done.
And she had to believe in astrology. We have the full pack. Feminist, LGBTIQ, barbecue friendly, believes in astrology, over 30, high body count, with the full package here, guys. If you want to trash your life and ruin your life in the fastest way possible, here's the perfect one for you.
So let's go back through the women in today's episode. So you have woman number here, who is a 50-plus-year-old who has traditional demands from men in dating. This is option number 1. She has an absolute metric ton of facial surgery done, and makeup and filters being applied to her face. This is woman number 1. Oh, and also to top it off, by the way, she's a single mother to an undisclosed amount of men. How many children, you might ask? 4. So this is woman number 1 we have here. Woman number 2, not even a matchmaker can help, okay? Someone whose job it is to literally find partners for women can't help this woman because she's too damn picky, okay? And guys, absolutely hilarious to me that you even have matchmakers in the first place. Like, for dating, guys, I've said this so many times, dating is not a difficult thing for women, okay? So if you need to involve a matchmaker into your personal life because you can't find a guy, that just shows you that you're insane. These matchmakers, right, they must be making a lot of money in order to deal with women like this. So you've got woman number 2 here, who's, you know, over the age of 30, maybe even 40 here, still trying to date, going to matchmakers. And then you have this woman right here, who is an LGBT, etc., LGBT, HDTV, whatever, ally, who's a womanist, who doesn't care about her body, and who has a high body count. And she's looking for a guy, and she can't find one either. Absolutely fantastic stuff here today. Guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, remember to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.